Well, with the heavy snowfall, there are a lot of traffic signals that are covered. They're difficult to read because that wet snow just clung right to the front, and it's hard to see the color.
You couldn't even tell the lights were working, let alone what color they were. Syed Shabir just filed this report at 83rd and Mission in Prairie Village.
Here at 83rd and Mission, we're seeing yet another impact of this snowstorm. Take a look at the signal light. It's blinking red now. This intersection, Mission and 83rd, is now a four-way stop sign, and I want to show you why. Take a look at this signal light. It's completely covered with snow. This is the light that's facing north, so all the snow that's been falling and blowing from north to south has filled in those signal lights, and you can't even tell what color it is. So now these cars are treating the intersection as a four-way stop sign. Everyone has to be very careful, very defensive. You have to be very aware when you're driving through the roads, especially at these types of intersections, so that you can avoid any severe car crashes. Here in Prairie Village, Syed Shabir, 41 Action News.
I came through that intersection this morning on my way to work. It was about 9:15, 9:20, and it was the only car for about 10 minutes. So you didn't really have to deal with that. But yeah, you do want to be careful. And
Syed Shabir just spent some time in Prairie Village talking about the branches and power lines causing an issue at 87th and Knoll.
Well, I'm walking down 87th Street right now in Prairie Village, right near Knoll. You can take a look at the road. They're completely clear. There's no snow, no ice, and no traffic. It's completely easy to maneuver. But take a look. The problem continues to be the branches that are hanging down because of the snow. And if you look closely, right through the middle there is a power line, and that has been the problem we've been seeing all day long. Are the branches hanging on the power lines, causing power outages. You can see the inside of the branch here. That is where it's breaking right now. And if you pan down, you can see the ends of the limbs have fallen all the way down to the ground here. There's already some twigs that have fallen into this person's yard. Fortunately, the neighbors in the area have not lost their power. They have heard some of the transformers in the area explode and blow out, but they have not lost their power. But we'll continue to follow this and keep you posted. In Prairie Village, Syed Shabir, 41 Action News.
all right, Syed, thank you.
Obviously, the snow is heavy. We're talking about shoveling it with a shovel. The chances of hurting your back are great.
Yeah, Syed Shabir found out firsthand just how heavy that snow is.
Well, we've been talking all day about how heavy this snow has been. We've seen it on the tree limbs, we've seen it on the power lines, but now we're going to show you how heavy this snow actually is. There's a small section of this parking lot that I'm actually going to shovel. I'm going to count how many scoops it takes to shovel this section. Then we're going to weigh how much each scoop is and figure out how much this section of snow actually weighs. So here we go. Scoop number one. Ugh. And two. All right, 25, about 25 scoops just for this small little section here. And so now I'm gonna weigh to see how much one scoop of snow actually is. So I'm gonna set this on our scale right here and see what the reading comes out to be. It's gonna be hard to read a little bit. Let's see what that says there. It's 15.6, is that what that says? 15.6 pounds. So the shovel weighs about 2 pounds itself. So each scoop is roughly around 13 pounds, 10 to 13 pounds. So 25 scoops of 10 pounds is 250 pounds just for this small section. So multiply that, you know, by your driveway or by your parking lot, and you got quite a bit of snow. It's pretty heavy. It tires you out. So if you're shoveling your snow, take breaks, get some help. And also the other thing I'll suggest is instead of lifting and chucking, I would just go like this and push it, you know, as opposed to lifting it and chucking it. But it's going to be a lot of hard work the next 2 days as we try to dig out of this snowstorm. But here in South Kansas City, Syed Shabir, 41 Action News.
He's young and he's strong and he's breathing heavy from shoveling that snow.
Just imagine like somebody my age. That is a lot of hard work out there.
It is.
We're going to check in with Syed Shabir. Syed has been all over today. He is now at 87th and Warnell. You've been busy, man.
Well, that's right, Mark. We are actually right alongside some of the Kansas City Power and Light crews. Take a look behind me. They are up in a bucket truck right now trying to repair one of the lines. Again, we're at 87th and Warnell. There's about 50 customers right here in this area that are without power. They are trying to repair it. They've turned off the electricity right now so that he can work. They've just turned it back on, so now they're going to do a quick test, and then hopefully if it works, then these 50 customers will be back with power, so that would be good news. Now, at the peak, KCP&L just released its latest numbers. They said they were at 97,000 customers without power at its peak. Right now, they have restored about 70% of those customers, so there's about 30,000 or so still without power. They will continue to be working throughout the afternoon and evening. I just spoke with the Senior Director of Operations. He says they have about 650 linemen out working all over from the region. They have people from Spring Hill who've come up to help. They have people from Omaha who've come down to help. So there's a lot of collaboration going on to try and get all of these people back with power. Mark and Krista, we'll send it back to you guys.
All right, thank you for that. It's those are the people that get to work after the snow plows get to work right away, and then your power company has to get in there and do their work, and lots of work still yet to do around Kansas City today for sure.
And so many times we take those guys for granted. They work so hard in horrible conditions sometimes, but they do such good work.
Crews have been working all day to get the power back on.
Well, Syed Shabir spent the past few hours with KCP&L. He's live now with the latest. Syed.
Mark, Krista, there are about 650 line workers out right now. I want to show you some of the video that we got from earlier today, about an hour or so ago. This is one of the line workers getting into his bucket truck and going up. You can see him putting on his safety harness. That, of course, is key for them because they have been out working in these treacherous conditions trying to restore power. At its peak, Kansas City Power and Light had about 90,000 customers without power. Of course, they've been out all day and night and into the afternoon, and they'll continue to work to try and restore that power. They have made significant progress, getting about 70% of those customers back with power, but they've brought in some help. They have crews coming in from Spring Hill, from the south. They have crews coming in from Omaha, from the north, all to help with the massive power outages. That 90,000 figure is about 10% of the customers that they serve in the Kansas City area. So a lot of work has been done already and a lot more work still to come. Here in South Kansas City, Syed Shabir, 41 Action News.
All right, Syed, we got to give those guys a hand because they do work so hard in tough conditions.
I'm Brian Williams. We hope to see you back home in our New York studios tomorrow evening. Good night.
Now, from Kansas City's breaking news leader, this is 41 Action News.
We're seeing yet another impact of this snowstorm. Take a look at the signal light. It's blinking.
Yeah, we just heard a big, huge boom.
I felt pretty good. I made it up a hill that a four-wheel drive couldn't make it up.
Kansas City is digging out today after another big snowstorm. Syed Shabir has been with power crews today as they've worked to get the power back on.
Yeah, about a half hour ago, they were doing some tree trimming. Syed, what are they doing now?
Well, you can see the tree trimming has paid off. Take a look over here. Within the last 5 minutes, you can see that front porch light. It's actually on. That is a great sign. These people have not had power since early this morning. Here now at 6 o'clock, right on the dot, their power was turned back on. But what's basically happening is the tree trimming crews are coming in. They are removing the branches from the lines. Of course, after the power and light crews have turned that line off, once those trees are removed, then the power and light crews go back in. They turn the power back on. So that is the order of operations. This crew here is just about to move on to another spot to continue this ongoing work that they've been doing all day long. So they are asking the homeowners just to be patient with them. They are getting through this as quickly as they can. I want to show you a quick live picture over here to my right. This is another crew, a power and light crew showing up as we speak to continue working. Like I said, these people on that side of the street have power, but on the side of the street that I'm standing on, they still don't have power, so the work will continue. But here in South Kansas City, Syed Shabir, 41 Action News.
Well, seeing the crews there, gotta give them a good feeling anyway.
Some hope, at least tonight. Thank you, Syed.
The winter weather could be to blame for the death of 2 people in Kansas City, Kansas.
They were told they were trying to keep warm after their power went out today. Fire crews found the brother and sister inside their home on Kimball about 5:30 tonight.
The adult brother and sister were called, and police were called there for an unknown medical problem. When they got there, dangerously high levels of carbon monoxide were detected in that home. Crews traced the source to a gasoline-powered generator in a basement garage.
Well, Syed Shabir is live tonight with more on what happened. Syed?
Mark, Krista, when firefighters responded, that generator was still running in the basement of the home, and none of the windows or doors were open to help ventilate some of those fumes. Now, inside the home, a 69-year-old woman and her 58-year-old brother were found dead in separate rooms. Now, I spoke to their brother just a few moments ago. He's obviously heartbroken over this. A lot of the family hasn't been notified yet, so we aren't showing their home right now, but he said that they were just trying to stay warm through this winter storm, but they made the mistake of running the generator inside of their home. Now, the CO levels were so high, I'm told, that even one of the firefighters was overcome by the fumes and had to seek a little bit of medical treatment. Now, there were thousands of families just like this one who were without power tonight, and I actually caught up with some in Prairie Village, with one family in Prairie Village, to see how they're dealing with the darkness. At 75th and Delmar,
go for 3 of a kind.
The Calvert family knows how to make the most of a difficult situation.
We tend to lose power the first, and we tend to be the last to get it back.
No power, no lights, no problem. Heather, her 12-year-old son Clayton, and her 10-year-old daughter Delaney huddled around their fireplace for a family game of Yahtzee.
It's hard to find games that don't require a lot of light to see cards and small pieces and things like that.
They lit extra candles for more light and used blankets for more heat.
We called the power company. It just has an automated message that says that the outage has been reported and they're very busy and there's nothing they can do, so we don't expect anything anytime soon.
Still, they remain in good spirits and are ready for a little slumber party in the living room.
We'll sleep in this area, in this room. They have their sleeping bags. I'll probably hit the couch and let the dogs in and hunker down here by the fire. This is the only warmth we have, so we'll stay close.
And the good news for them is I just got a text message from the family. It said that they do have power now and aren't going to have to spend the night in the darkness. Reporting live tonight, Syed Shabir, 41 Action News.